Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 43. If you happen to be new here, this has now become a weekly series on the channel, and if you're not familiar with the series, essentially we go over a variety of different sneakers, those of which got updates for throughout this week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Off-White and Nike, Jordans, Yeezys, and more. But with that short little intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into it? Kicking it off with Nike and Off-White, since I think that's what you guys want to hear about the most. First, let's start off with a smaller update. The Off-White SB Dunks that we mentioned last month that drop in October, we already got an up-close look at the Pine Green general release pair courtesy of Han Zuying. Now, courtesy of Han Zuying, we also have a look at the University Gold pair. This one, unfortunately, will be much more difficult to obtain, and the Pine Green pair alone, of course, is going to be difficult to obtain despite it being a general release, just because the demand is so high, of course. In fact, as of now, the Gold pair does stand as the Off-White exclusive pair. Now, I'm hoping that this does change, and hypothetically, if anything does change, I will be sure to let you know. Feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications just to stay 100% updated. But anyway, I know a lot of you guys are also wondering about that UNC pair. I think that's most everyone's favorite. I know at least it's my favorite pair. Unfortunately, that pair as of now is F&F exclusive. I do hope that this changes as well. I hope that perhaps there's some way to obtain these, perhaps from offwhite.com. As of now, though, it's a no, but I'll be sure to update you guys as we approach the drop in October. Moving on, though, for the new update, according to Pirates, Nike and Off-White will be collaborating once again in October, summer of 2020, for the Nike Off-White Air Rubber Dunk. I'm certainly interested to see exactly how this one looks. Let me know your thoughts and how you think it's going to come out, though. Moving to Jordans, let's start off with some bad news, or at least in my opinion. I think this is fantastic news because this month was already too crazy in my opinion, but let me know what you guys think, of course. The Travis Scott Jordan 6 will no longer be dropping November 14th, but instead it's going to be dropping now October 12th. I'm very thankful for this because this month was very hectic. I really like when the releases are spaced out rather than all at once. Not only is this better for funds, but it's also much better with time management. Anyway, the general release for these will take place October 12th. The men's sizes are going to be $250, grade school $160, preschool $80, then toddlers $60. Now, with that out of the way, why don't we move on to another shoe? Speaking of Travis, something that might remind you of Travis happens to be the mock-up courtesy of Z Sneakerheads of the Mocha Jordan 1s. Of course, it is very reminiscent aside from the materials being different, also not having any Travis branding, and simply just not having the upside down swoosh. But I do think this is a very nice sneaker. Let me know what your thoughts are on this one, though. Moving on, also in 2020, we will be seeing a top 3 Jordan 5. So that's right, we're not just going to be seeing the Jordan 4s, which I'm not a huge fan of, but we're going to be seeing the Jordan 5s. I honestly think these look really cool, but this is just a mock-up courtesy of House of Heat. I think that turquoise on these looks really nice, especially in combination with that red, though. Moving on, though, courtesy of Z Sneakerheads, we have another mock-up. We got a couple of mock-ups, actually, that I wanted to share with you guys. First of all, we have the Royal Toe Jordan 1 dropping in spring of 2020. I'm super excited for these. Obviously, if you are a fan of the bread toes, and if you're also a fan of Royal Jordan 1s, you're going to love these too, and I'm hoping that the materials are going to be just as good as they were on those bread toe Jordan 1s. In addition to those, we also got a mock-up of the Pine Green and Gym Red Jordan 1. Not much to say about these aside from it would make a fantastic Christmas shoe, but unfortunately it's releasing after February 29th for $160. I gotta say, I'm not really a huge fan of these. I think they're pretty ugly. Moving on, the Jordan 9 Gym Red will be dropping October 5th for $190. I'm not a huge fan of 9s, but I think that this colorway is really nice, specifically because of the patent leather for the Gym Red colorway. I think it does make it pop a good amount. Then, courtesy of Han Zuying, we have in-hand images of the Jordan 4 Winter dropping December 2nd for $200. Finally, to end it off for Jordans, courtesy of Koala HSH, we have an in-hand look at the Jordan 1 Zoom R2T, which drops right before the holidays for $175. These are certainly unique, and they're certainly going to break some necks if you're a fan of that, so I would definitely hop on these if you're into that kind of shoe. Moving to Yeezys, unfortunately, there's only one update, but I think it's an update that a lot of you guys out there are going to be very happy to hear. Unfortunately for some of you guys though, probably not too happy to hear if you were holding these, but the Yeezy 350 V2 Black will be making a big restock. By big restock, I mean larger than the first release. It's going to be coming, of course, in the full family size run, and if you did want a personal pair, it's not going to be too difficult to obtain, but they still are going to be profitable. I would not stress out about going full throttle on these things in any size in the men's. Moving to some miscellaneous sneakers though, with the Yeezys out of the way. First, as you guys may know, Nicekicks collaborated with Adidas for the Woodstock ultraboost. Those actually did quite well. They were profitable, and now we're going to be getting a second release, this pair coming in black. I will keep you guys updated on this pair. And then finally, the last thing I wanted to mention for today's video, the Sacai waffle drop is now just some hours away. Good luck to everybody going for them. Of course, they're going to be very, very, very profitable. And when it comes to the Blazers, for those of you wondering, the Blazers are going to be the 19th. For the 12th, in just a few hours, only going to be the clothing and the waffles. With that, though, I'm going to conclude today's video. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or if you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, subscribe and turn on post notifications just to stay 100% updated on anything I mentioned today or for future hyped releases. With that, though, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
The F to the double O, even the T. Get that big foot away from me. Get your foot off my foot. Ah.
Get your foot off my foot. Yeah.
Why you hurting me with your foot? Can't you find somewhere else to keep it put? Get your foot off my foot. Ah.